The tear, a violent rip in the fabric of existence, had sealed behind Kalen, leaving him suspended in an abyss. Darkness, not merely the absence of light, but an active, suffocating presence, pressed in from all sides. The alien energy that coursed through him, once a source of power, now felt like a beacon in this oppressive void. He was the shepherd, yes, but now, he was also the lost lamb, hunted by the very shepherd's staff. He remembered the lattice, its cold, geometric perfection, and the predatory tendril reaching for him, a cruel extension of its will. But what was this place? It was unlike anything his corrupted homeworld had ever known, or anything the lattice had created. This was older. Deeper. The whisper, a sound that resonated not in his ears but in the very marrow of his bones, echoed again. Strayed. It wasn't an accusation, but a statement of fact, laced with a chilling curiosity. He hadn't just escaped the lattice, he had stumbled into something else entirely. Something that had been watching, waiting, for millennia. He strained his senses, trying to pierce the impenetrable blackness. Was that a flicker of movement? A distortion in the void? Or merely his own fractured mind playing tricks? The crystalline shard, nestled within him, pulsed with a faint, internal light, a tiny echo of his lost home and his alien power. It was his only companion, his only tangible link to what he was. He focused on it, trying to channel its energy, to understand its connection to the lattice, to this new, terrifying reality. Could he use it to navigate? To defend himself? Or was it just another piece of him that this ancient entity would consume? He felt a pull, subtle at first, then undeniably strong, drawing him deeper into the void. It wasn't the lattice's pull, not the systematic consumption he had known. This was a primal, gravitational force, beckoning him towards, what? A revelation? An end? He saw it then. A vast, unblinking eye, ancient and indifferent, opening within the darkness. It wasn't made of flesh or crystal, but of pure, cosmic awareness. It saw him. It knew him. And it was hungry. The whispers returned, no longer a single word, but a chorus of whispers, swirling around him, speaking in tongues he couldn't comprehend, yet somehow understood. They spoke of purpose, of cycles, of a cosmic dance he had interrupted. They spoke of the lattice, not as a creator, but as a tool. A flawed, albeit powerful, tool. And they spoke of the true architects, the ancient ones who shaped reality itself. Kalen realized with a sickening lurch that his escape had not freed him, but rather, had brought him to the attention of a power far beyond the lattice. He was no longer just the shepherd, or the prey of a single entity. He was a disruption, a variable in a cosmic equation he couldn't even begin to solve. The eye widened, and the void itself seemed to writhe. He felt a terrifying certainty, his journey had just begun, and the true horror was not in the lattice he fled, but in the cosmic tapestry he had just stumbled upon. He had strayed, indeed. And now, the oldest forces in the universe were taking notice. The pull intensified, dragging him towards the colossal eye, towards the unknown heart of the void. He braced himself, the crystalline shard flaring as if in defiance, a tiny spark against an infinite darkness. Would he be consumed? Or would this encounter forge him into something more? The whispers coalesced into a single, booming voice, not of sound, but of pure, unadulterated power. You are mine now, little anomaly. And then, the void itself seemed to crack open, revealing not an end, but a beginning, a gateway to realms Kalen could never have imagined. His journey into the unknown had just truly begun, a terrifying odyssey through the very foundations of existence. What lay beyond that crack in reality? Only time, and perhaps, the ancient ones, would tell. He could feel himself being pulled forward, into a light that was not light, into a presence that was not a presence. The echoes of his homeworld, the alien energy, the crystalline shard, they were all converging, preparing him for a destiny he could never have predicted. He was no longer Kalen, the former inhabitant. He was a nexus, a point of convergence for cosmic forces. And the universe, in its vast, indifferent way, was about to test him. The finality of the lattice was gone, replaced by an infinite, terrifying possibility. He was adrift, but not lost. He was a pawn, but perhaps, just perhaps, he could become the player. The last thing he saw before the new reality consumed him was the ancient eye, its gaze filled with a profound, unsettling anticipation. He was ready. Or as ready as any mortal could ever be for the unfathomable. The true horror was just beginning.